Hi YouTube. In this video I'm responding to a commenter's request to do a quick review on the General's Layout pencil. That would be the number 555 from General's, the General's Layout. It describes it as extra soft, extra black graphite pencil. Okay, box comes a dozen pencils, and if we're going to read some description stuff here, basically it just says that pencil is a soft ebony black thick versatile graphite sketching pencil for artists of all levels, a favorite tool used by animators, illustrators, cartoonists, designers, and artists since the 1930s. General's Layout cores are bonded to the wood with our exclusive Carbo Weld bonding process for added strength and reliability. Use it to draw preliminary sketches, to lay out drawings before painting over them, or to add intense blacks and shading to detailed drawings. And then it suggests using the General's Little Red All Art Sharpener in order to sharpen these, and to use the General's Tri-Tip Eraser, which is a white vinyl eraser, such as the Factus ES20 or a Factus plastic eraser. Okay, anywho, that's enough of that reading mumbo jumbo. And let me give you my impression of the Layout 555. Okay, yes, this pencil is really useful for doing preliminary sketches. Like the box says, that's what I actually use this pencil for. Now let me go grab a drawing that I currently am working on, because I used this pencil to do my preliminary sketch. Give me 1 second. Okay, here's a drawing that I'm currently working on, and let me move this out of the way here. And if you can see, I'll zoom this little puppy up here. Sorry for the moving of the camera, but you can see the sketch that's underneath here. This is the preliminary sketch that I used this Layout's number 555 to draw for this, and you should be able to also see it. For example, right here, this is telling me that I need to draw my white beard in this kind of pattern here, and that's what I've already started to do here using my other pencils, not the Layout. The Layout is just for this preliminary sketch that you see here, and here's the mouth, the bottom lip of the mouth anyway. In these lines I used the Layout 555, and you can see here as well, and here. Okay, so let me zoom this back out again. Okay, so this is a drawing that I'm doing from a photograph, and this is not really a drawing video, but here's the picture itself. Anyway, so do I find this to be a useful pencil? Absolutely, because I use it. It's a good pencil. It gives you the impression, though, that it's an extra black. It says extra black. You see that right there? And it does have a thicker core. You can see that that's definitely much bigger than a 2mm. I'm not quite sure what the actual size is, but it is thicker than the actual 2mm standard cores that pencils have. You can see that right there. And it sharpens to a nice point. I used my Helix sharpener to the Helix, not Helix, Helix sharpener sharpen that. So it's a good pencil, but now let me give you an idea of the darkness. Okay, here's the MB grading system that those of you who watch my video know that I am using now, and I have laid down HB, B, 2B, 3B, and 4B utilizing the Mitsubishi Hayuni art set pencils. That's what I'm using as the standard to measure all other pencils by, so that we can make actual one-on-one comparisons without actually having both pencils go up against each other. And what I found, and I will again zoom in, okay, so you can see, now this is the layout 555, and you can see that it is darker than the HB from the Mitsubishi. So we know that this is darker than a standard HB pencil. This is why they can say that it's extra black, because it's darker than your standard school pencil or your standard HB pencil. Okay, and by the way, to draw these, I have not mentioned this in the other videos, but I use this pattern here. I first go about drawing with light pressure, hardly anything at all, just enough to get the graphite down. And I'm going to go over it a couple of times like this, but then I'll do the crisscross pattern here, and I'll go like this, then I'll go like this, as you can see here. See, those are the three directions. And now the reason why I do this is because that way it fills in all of the tooth of the paper and allows me to make a better comparison. So this is definitely darker than an HB, but then as we come over here, we see that it matches up with the B. However, when I put this on the light box, get that to focus in there. Okay, if you'll notice when you have light shining through, that it is lighter than the B. So to the naked eye, we can see it looks like it's the same shade to the naked eye, but in reality it is lighter than the B. And that's why I also like to incorporate the light box whenever I can. And so with it being lighter than the B, this would be a B minus or B minus 1, either one. So the MB grading for the number 555 General's layout is a B minus, okay, for this pencil. Now, the same commenter on my video asked me also to compare the carbon pencil from General's, and this is called the Carbon Sketch. First off, a carbon pencil is not a graphite pencil. And in the discussion that I had with this individual, that he was kind of looking for something that's going to be smooth and dark and pretty much an all-around pencil. In other words, instead of having to deal with different grades of pencil, just get one pencil that does it all. Unfortunately, one pencil does not do it all. Okay, if you're going to want to do a lot of writing and you want to do a lot of dark writing, but you don't want to do a lot of sharpening, you're going to have to find some kind of compromise so that you're not sharpening after every 5 words. A very soft pencil is going to get you a dark tone, but then it wears down every sentence. You're just constantly sharpening and sharpening and sharpening a pencil. Now, I'll give you an answer to this. If you're looking for a pencil that's going to be very dark, very soft, and very smooth, don't get a wood-cased pencil. Get yourself one of those clutch pencils. And let me show you a clutch pencil. All right. And I might just do a video on this as well, just to get more in depth, because this is actually for the Layout 555. But if you want an all-around pencil, well, here's a pencil that's called a clutch pencil. And if you look at it here, you can see that it has this clutch where the lead can be moved in and out. Now, this is different than a mechanical pencil, okay? In that this just has a clutch. It's not necessarily made for ejecting the lead. Like if I put gravity going the other way, you see the lead's going in rather than coming out. Then you know, look at that, it just shoots in and out. So that's a clutch pencil. But the nice thing with a clutch, here's a 6B, is you're going to be able to get some soft lead like the 6B. It's going to write very, very dark. That's dark, okay? And as you're writing, you don't have to keep sharpening the pencil if you don't mind a semi-dull point. All you got to do is just keep extending the lead out until you use up the whole lead, so there's no sharpening involved. And if you do want a sharp point, you just stick it in there. This is a mechanical pencil, by the way. This is different. It comes out kind of a predefined amount each time you click it, but you hold it open, you can push it all back in again. That's a difference. But anyway, that's a whole different video. So, going back to the carbon, okay, again, this is not a graphite pencil. So if you're looking for an all-around pencil, you don't want to use a carbon pencil. The problem with a carbon pencil for all-around use, one, it's not going to be something you can erase easily. Matter of fact, if you try to erase it, so for example, as you can see, that's dark. I mean, you're not going to get your graphite to be as dark as a carbon pencil. I just wore the lead down, or the carbon down, really quick. It didn't take any time to wear that down. And if you want to erase it, that's what you get, okay? It's going to just, it's not fun. It's not fun to erase carbon. Whereas I can erase a dark, like here's this 4B. Get a clean part of this eraser now, and I can just go through and I can just erase that. You can see the difference clearly. So a carbon pencil is great for drawing blackest black areas of a drawing, so it pops, 3D like pops. But it's not a good all-around pencil for writing, nor is it a good all-around pencil for drawing. You're going to be ending up doing things in black or white. There's really no middle ground here. As you can see, I'm putting very little pressure on this, and it's black. So I don't have really any gradients here. It's very hard for me to lay it down light enough and not being black. It's just black. There's really no midtones. It's just black. So use it for what its purpose is, and that is to get the darkest blacks with no glare, you know, because the dark pencils tend to do that glare. You can see the light glaring right off of that graphite, and that's pretty annoying for a lot of people. So anyway, so there you go. The Layout 555, we're giving it an MB grade of B-, meaning it's not a very dark pencil, but it is good for what it's designed for, and that really is to do preliminary sketches. You could draw with it. You could press hard on it and get it dark. You can do that, but you can do that with any pencil. This grading system is based on just laying down a fine layer like this. And compared to other pencils, this is not really a dark pencil. As far as writing and softness, which is the last thing I should talk about, because we are kind of talking about an all-around pencil. Final test here. Making this video nice and long for you. Okay, notepad where you write letters. Dear Mom, just thought I'd test this pencil out. Okay, for a writing pencil, okay, it's got good tonal quality. Okay, it's good tonal. Well, I just wrote God. Hope he doesn't mind. Good tonal quality, because it is. Remember, it's darker than an HB pencil, which is what you would normally write with. So it's definitely got a good tonal quality. Smoothness. It's not the smoothest pencil I've ever used. The Norica is smoother. Black Wings are smoother. The Mark IIBs are smoother. The Mitsubishi is smoother. The Tombow is smoother. So it doesn't fall into being one of the smoothest pencils, but it is not bad. It's not bad. But for me, for writing, I like a little smoother. Okay, well, if you like this review, this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. There's a little button right there somewhere. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.